Welcome back to another video. We are in the Open Great League, and today's team is slightly different. We're going to be featuring the Swampert, Shadow Charizard, and Registeel. Here we are met with the Pidgeot here. We kind of want to stay in here just to see if they're going to bait or not. They end up shielding the first Hydro Cannon, so we think this is a bait. Unfortunately, it's the Brave Bird, so that is not good for us. They switch into their Lickitung, and then we go into our Charizard here. Here we're just trying to take advantage of the shield situation. Not sure if this is the play, but we do get this Blast Burn off. It does survive it though. So that is really unfortunate for us, because not only does this Lickitung survive by a little bit, but now we have to deal with the Medicham with our Registeel. So this is a bad situation. We do get the Zap Cannon up, we get the debuff, but then they switch into their Pidgeot. This Pidgeot has to tank another Zap Cannon here. They actually shield it, which is interesting. But then they just go for a Brave Bird. So now they're just trying to chunk away at our Registeel. They know that they can just farm us down with that Medicham. So GG's to our opponent. Not much we could have done with that back end. In hindsight, we could have switched out into our Reggie, but hindsight is 20/20. All right, on to the next game here. Let's see if we can recover from that first game. The Swampert versus Swampert Mirror here. This is going to be a interesting start, because we're just trying to see if we win CMP at all. We throw the Hydro Cannon immediately. This Hydro Cannon isn't a CMP, so we still don't know if we are still going to be able to win this. Looks like we're going to throw the next Hydro Cannon here. We are going to be able to get a shield out of that, which is decent. Our opponent is going to throw right before we get to the move, and we are expecting a catch, but we're going to throw immediately because we still don't know if we win CMP or not. So it looks like they do catch the move on the Lickitung. We're going to go and build up to a Hydro Cannon to save it for the back end. And then we're going to go into our Registeel. This Registeel is going to be able to tank any of the moves. So we're going to overfarm a little bit. And we're going to try to undercharge here. We're going to go for... Oh, never mind. We actually just go for the excellent. We should have undercharged, because we should have been able to get to another Focus Blaster. But luckily they throw a move, but it ends up being the Earthquake. So it does take us out. That was a really good decision by my opponent here. We throw one fast move here, and then we throw our Hydro Cannon. We want to get rid of this Swampert immediately. And here we have the Mandibuzz. Mandibuzz versus the Shadow Charizard with one shield each is going to be interesting. We are going to try to go for the bait here. This Dragon Claw does indeed get the bait shield, so we're going to go for this Blast Burn here. Does the Blast Burn KO? No, it doesn't. And then actually, it survives with a good amount of health, so Mandibuzz being very tanky here. Swampert trying to get some... No, we should have been able to... if we had saved our Hydro, we would have been able to take out that Mandibuzz, but those Mud Shots are doing little to no damage. So, next game here, we're going to be facing the Lantern versus Swampert. It's kind of a beating situation. It looks like this Lantern is going to throw this first Surf. We do survive it. We're going to go for the bait here. Let's see if we get a shield. No shield. What a call by my opponent. So either they have two good counters to this Swampert in the back, or... Oh, they actually called it twice. Wow. So we're going to switch out immediately here. And we're going to try to get a head start in energy. This Registeel here is going to tank that first Surf. So it looks like they had a Registeel in the back as well, interesting enough. This Registeel here is going to have to... Okay, well, we're going to decide if we want to shield this or not. We decided to let it go, because we want Charizard with two shields to kind of wreak havoc. So we're going to come in with our Charizard here, farm, and then throw this Dragon Claw. This Dragon Claw, even though resisted, should be enough. Okay, perfect. And then we're going to be able to throw this Dragon Claw to take out this Lantern. This Lantern ends up... Okay, I guess they just let it go. Or did they lag? Oh, it looks like they lagged out. So Looks like the backline ended up being the Mandibuzz. 2-shield Mandibuzz versus the Charizard would have been interesting. We technically had 3 shields. We could have potentially caught a move with the Swampert, so it would have been close. I'm not sure if it would have been enough, but as you can see, one Blast Burn does a good 70% against that Mandibuzz, so maybe we would have been able to win just going straight Blast Burns, but unfortunate that they lagged out. So next game here, we're going to be running into the Victreebel. This Victreebel is terrible. Oh, but they are staying in against this Registeel. We're going to end up throwing the Zap Cannon, does 70%, I think. And then we're going to let this go. Interesting enough that they have not switched out, which means they probably don't want to see this Registeel. Or they could just be trying to get rid of this Registeel with the Victreebel. So we have no choice but to go in with our Charizard here. And they do reveal that they have the Carbink. So I can almost assure you this is going to be Bastiodon on the back. We go for the Earthquake. Carbink XL survives the Earthquake. That is terrible for us. We had to call a bait right there. Unfortunately, they just go for the Moonblast, and this is not looking good for us. This Swampert is going to be able to take out this Carbink, but then this Victreebel comes back in, and we know that they're going to probably have the Bastion. So there you go. That's their Bastiodon, and we do have the Shadow Charizard. So we are going to be losing this with 2 shields. We honestly should have shielded the Registeel, but what else? What can you do? All right, let's see if we can end off on a good note. I feel like the strategy with the Charizard here is to just try to leave it with 2 shields. We are met with the Azumarill. This is Azumarill versus the Swampert. Okay, they do reveal that they have to play route. I was going to say, if it has Hydro Pump, we're in a tough spot, but play route version of Azumarill we can deal with because we can potentially catch it on our Registeel. That's exactly what we do. In fact, we catch it Ice Beam, which is even better. So now we know that this Azumarill is running the Ice Beam play rough version. They switch into the Sableye. We throw the first Zap Cannon. We do get the debuff. They actually shield. The fact that they shielded early, we're expecting them to double shield. So we have to shield here. We're going to be able to throw this next Zap Cannon. This Zap Cannon is going to be able to get another shield, but it gets another debuff here. So this next one here, because it's double debuff, we're not going to shield it. We know we can survive it, and we're going to throw this Zap Cannon towards this Sableye again. Doesn't quite KO, but it gets the triple debuff. They switch out. Now we force them to use some energy, and some being the Ice Beam. And then now we're going to be going back into our Swampert here because we have energy, and we're going to throw this Hydro Cannon. We know this Hydro Cannon is going to leave us with another Hydro Cannon at least, and then we're going to switch into our Shadow Charizard. We CMP tied against this Shadow Steelix. We're going to go for this Blast Burn, and boom! Goes that Steelix, and that is GG's. All we have to do is shield here, and we're going to be able to win this game. So check out this team if you haven't already, and let us know if you enjoyed the video.